What is going on, everyone? Mr. Mom Collectibles. I am back with another reaction video, and today, some great news. If you are an 80s fan, Hot Toys has announced the pre-order for the Terminator from T2, and this is something really awesome because we have right here the photos and the original DX13. As you can see, this is something that people weren't sure if we were going to get to pre-order again, and we did have it teased about a month or so ago. Hot Toys brought this one out, and sure enough, this is the next piece that we have seen from that event. And for those out there that had the Present Toys Future Warrior that paid a couple $100 for, I hope you're not crying over spilt milk, all in good fun. But as I said, this is I believe it's the second or third figure that's come out from that event. We had the Chewbacca, and I really do hope that 1992 Batman sees the light of day. But let's jump right into it. So this figure, there's a lot of great things happening here. It's a great piece. I was excited, but, not over the moon about it, just because it's something that we saw teased. I think it was just a matter of, is Hot Toys going to actually put it out there? Because they have teased stuff before that we have not seen actually gone up for pre-order, but this is one that's really fantastic, and it gives us a lot of great upgrades. Now, here's the thing, though. This is one of those figures where, although it's labeled a 2.0, if you have the original, I know a lot of collectors that do have the original one. There was a lot of pleather issues and have since then done leather upgrades to their figure. So I don't know if this is necessarily one I can fault anyone not upgrading to, but then I can't fault anyone if they want to upgrade to it, if that makes sense. Because it being a 2.0, you do get the awesome light up diorama base, full leather jacket, all the leather soft goods like we're expecting from figures. One criticism, actually two criticisms, I will say. One, I can't beat them up too much about it. I wish that we had that T1000 piece that came with the original DX 13. That would be awesome, but I understand why that's not included, to potentially, separate and still give the old piece some value to an extent. I've already seen people dumping these things online. The purge has begun where people are dumping the old ones off, and that's just the nature of the game. But the one thing I am going to be a little griped about is the fact of the light up feature. It does have the light up eye, but unfortunately this is not USB as of now. It is being advertised as battery powered, which sucks, because you have a USB base. So this is Hot Toys, in my opinion, taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Inconsistency of technology usage. I've been saying that all year, and they continue the trend on. Despite it being something so simple like a little eye, for this piece, it is actually relatively important. It's not something like another figure where you can do without something being lit up. I really do feel like if you're going to display it with that specific sculpt with the red eye shown, it should be USB powered, and it should be something that collectors don't have to worry about, USB hacking or finding alternatives. It's a minimal light, and it should really be USB. So Hot Toys, you got to improve and do better. Also, I really do hope we get a clean version of this moving forward. I do not own any Terminators. This would be my first. And as you can see here, this is a little comparison of the DX13 to the new one. And I think there's vast improvements on that, which is fantastic. I do not own a single Terminator, like I said. So ideally, if I was to pick one, for me, the T2 clean version would be the one that I would want to go with, but I will be picking this up. It is up on Sideshow now for pre-order, $350. That is before tax and shipping. So this is a pretty piece. $400-ish is probably what you're going to be looking at. And here are all the specifications, the breakdown. Like I said, updated sculpt. You have 2 updated battle damage sculpts, which is really awesome. You have one. And like I said, we're just going to cycle through the photos again. These are these are from Monica that sent. These are the photos from it over a month ago, and like I said, it coming to fruition is something really awesome. But you do get 2 sculpts, 2 battle damage sculpts, one worse than the other. Leather soft goods all around, which is great. You have the light up display base, a lot of great features. And once again, this is the DX13. I just wanted to show you guys kind of the original, what it came with and how it differentiates. So you're not going to get that T100, T1000 piece, but they're going to swap it with a diorama base, a light up base, not a brand new base. If you look at that base, that is once again a recycled base with some add-on components to it. So it's not 100% like a brand new feature. I've seen that on some Star Wars bases. It actually looks like the Vader base, if I'm not mistaken, or a version of one of the light up Vader bases. And like I said, this is just kind of poking fun at those who spent 250 plus 225 on the present toy versions. I know people often say, like, well, you never know. Hey, don't collect backwards. The thing about collecting backwards, as long as you have a plan and you're content with figures being made, then there's nothing to cry about. For me, if I had this already and they remake it, I mean, at this point, you have to be, as a collector, assuming that anything and everything is on the table to be made. But this is a great looking piece. I do hope we get a complimentary, clean version of it sooner or later, just because, like I said, I'm not going to go backwards collecting Terminators. These figures, the older versions, are very susceptible to pleather, flaking, a lot of issues. And so Terminator, Aliens, Predator, they're just figures that I'm going to wait. And if they come out brand new, so be it. I'm not going to backwards collect those. And so T2, I have a really good connection, a real personal connection with this movie. I really love this movie a lot. And so anything to get out of this is just fantastic. So I do hope Hot Toys graces us with a clean version. But it's one of those figures where, like I said, I'm not going to criticize you if you don't want to upgrade, because people are content. And you know what? Your wallet's safe. Okay, it's 350 plus that you can save for the next figure. But like I said, there's that light up feature, and it sucks that you have the light up base and they don't give it to you in the figure. But the leather goods, I absolutely love it. Hot Toys needs to keep doing this forward and giving us more. I know there was a lot of rumors where people thought that we might have gotten this in Artisan. Maybe we'll get a clean version of Arnold in Artisan with a fuller head of hair. Who knows? That's always a possibility on the table. You never know with Hot Toys. Maybe we'll get a Terminator 1 Artisan figure. You never know. Like I said, Hot Toys is very sketchy with how they do stuff, and we don't know until we see stuff. But this is a great sign that these figures from that event last month are still coming out. There's still so many more to get, that we could be, blessed with. I'm hoping that 1992 Batman Returns is the next one. I know we have Jar Jar, other figures like that have been shown, the George Clooney Batman. And so this is just another step forward in those figures getting announced for pre-order, I should say, which I'm so happy about. But I cannot wait to add this one to the collection. This will not be a day one pre-order for me. I'm going to sit on this a little bit because I have some other stuff to work on. I do not foresee this figure necessarily going anywhere. But if you are an 80s fan, I mean, I love when 80s IPs get love from Hot Toys and they get, released and they give us that treatment. I feel like IPs like this are just they're being overshadowed by the newer stuff. And so to see stuff like this see the light of day for collectors, it's just awesome. And it's a 2.0. Now, is it a worthy 2.0? I would say so, because of the leather soft goods, the base, and the sculpts. It is definitely a worthy 2.0 upgrade from the original. But the one thing I will say, owning multiple old DX figures, the Jack Sparrow, the DX09, the DX08, Jack Nicholson Joker, those figures still hold up so damn well that even then I can't say like, oh my God, this is like, the older one is just such a bad looking figure. It just goes to show that one batch of DXs from Hot Toys still can hold up the figures 15 years later, which is really, really, really amazing. That DX13 is still no joke. That still was trading at a pretty good price. Now it's going to take a hit because of what's going on here. But the quality of that figure, and the sculpt and stuff, it still holds up in my opinion. And like I said, that's something that you don't need to upgrade, and you could save yourself that money. But for the collectors out there like myself that have not had the opportunity to grab a Terminator, this is a great chance. And so I really hope that whatever decision you make is happy for you. And like I said, I'll be picking this one up. But let me know your thoughts in the video below. Drop a like on this video. Let me know, are you someone that is going to be selling the old, upgrading, or are you going to be passing, or are you a first-timer getting this figure? Let me know in the comments below. I really want to talk to you guys about this and have a good conversation. But until then, this is Mr. Mom Collectibles saying take care, and I will see you guys in the next video.